Um, Talking about what I think an ego death really means. So death is it's just a transition into one form into another, into one state of being into another. Um, I made a video talking about something similar to this, and it's in the monologue section. Um, I feel like when people get into situations where they physically die or they die prematurely, it's because they weren't able to transmute something in their life that would have led them into another phase of life. So when you have what they call an ego death, you are transmuting all kinds of behavior patterns, past traumas, beliefs that resulted from past traumas that you endured, from past situations in your life. You are taking something that was once very rigid, that you once built a false identity on, or a very limited identity, and you are breaking that down and transitioning from a way that you once lived, or a way that you once saw yourself or the world, and you are like crossing over when I feel like what catalyzes an ego death or like massive changes in someone's life is forgiveness. When somebody is unable to make these transitions and these big transformations, the kinds of death that they go through become more extreme. Like, if you ever notice that if like you had a change of heart, or you have changed your mindset, or you just encountered something that kind of like catalyzed the process for you, it's a form of death. It's a form of change. And if you have gotten so stuck in something, the form of death that you encounter is usually going to be just as forceful as the kind of rigidity or the kind of state of being that you've been stuck in. And usually, I'm going to talk about grudges. Like, the opposite of forgiveness is holding a grudge. I feel like people are so afraid of forgiveness and we settle for holding grudges. So I'm in the process right now of releasing a massive grudge that I had against a few people and against like the world and all kinds of shit. When you are holding a grudge against someone or yourself or whatever it is, it's due to a fear of forgiveness, because I think that subconsciously we all kind of know, we all kind of associate forgiveness with change, forgiveness with death, because death is kind of technically just change. I don't know why I said train. And it involves a lot of vulnerability. So when we hold a grudge, it's due to fear. And then if you ever notice that when a grudge has like really started taking over, you will experience a lot of fear. And if like you've made this grudge unconscious, usually because your ego is like taking over, you just start becoming very fearful in general and paranoid.